This video is about the cQ-QQE. This is normally an exit indicator, but I've added a few things, and it could be used as a confirmation indicator as well. I did update version 1 to 1.1, and I fixed a few problems that it had. One of them was the applied price didn't work. It now does. And then there was some problem with the Wilder RSI. It generated a real long, slow signal, and I'm not sure what happened with that, but anyway, I fixed it, so the Wilder's now is what it should be. And for those that were using it, I added this RSI cQ in its place, so you'd have to switch that if you're using it. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to tag on the version 1 video to the end of this. So for those who haven't watched that one, you may want to just continue with it. And for those that didn't, you can just stop the video at that point. The things that I've added in this version, these modes here, these entry modes, one for the trend, signal, and the zero line. I'll try the trend. In order for a buy to happen, the indicator has to be below the zero level, but above the trend line. So these are entry points. And for a sell, it has to be above the zero line and below the trend, this trend line right here, which is, again, the white dotted line. So some of them it misses. You'll have to play around to find a good setting. It will get you in the wrong direction, so be careful with that one. The other thing is I added an adaptive period to the indicator based on the ATR. And this one, you can either disable it by setting it to that, or you can use this period here, or you can use your own, type it in down here. And in essence, all it does is it changes the period based on the ATR. Or as the ATR gets higher, the period becomes shorter. As the ATR diminishes, goes down, the period becomes whatever this is. Like if you had the user select, the longest period will be 14. Or if you're use the indicator period, the longest period will be 10. So that's in essence what it does. Then this adaptive period, steepness, 2 is the default, but you can make it a little faster. You can make it 3. And you'll see that you may gain a candle or 2 here and there. And you can also use 4 seems to be about the most. After 4, it starts to get a little wonky. So that's what that does. And then the other thing I don't think I stressed enough was the normalization period, where I think you can, depending on your algorithm, doing a short as 10, 20. I guess that's it. This video is about the cQ-QQE indicator. This is a confirmation or exit indicator. This one's a little different. What I have is a number of different indicator inputs, or the default is actually RSI. Looks like this. And the trend width, for example, many times it's set to this. So it's kind of large. The trend line width is where you control that. You can make it smaller and have it follow it pretty closely. Or 50, I think, is good. And you can apply any one of these indicators. You can start with this one. You can, we'll just try, here's ADX. Here's CCI. The next thing it has is there's 7 ways of drawing the histogram down here. We'll start with the first one, which is the 0 line. That also has this 0 line type. You can either set it to 0, the 0 level, which is here, or you can have the indicator generated one, and that's this line here, this magenta line. So, and that's what this 0 line does anyway, is the indicator line has to cross the 0 line. So, and you can, we'll put it on, we'll try this one. You can also change the smoothing. Like this is a little quick. You can put it to 10 if you wanted. You can smooth things out, like you're getting in here, there. So the trend line is the default. That's the normal QQE system. And again, you can use this as an exit, like you could exit there, for example, or you could exit on this one. If you got in down here, you could exit there, that kind of thing. It also has a signal line. Using the signal period down here and the mode, you can set that here. Again, the indicator line, which is this yellow line, has to cross the signal line here in order to change the colors of the bars. So, and then we have the 0 line and the signal line. Both of those have to be in place. You can see the 0 line is this magenta one again. Signal line is this one. Since they both don't cross, I had it change to gray because you probably don't want to enter a trade in this gray area. And there's the trend and 0 line. This white line is the normal trend line. So combination of those, and here's the signal and the trend line. You can see how it changes there. And then the last one here is the trend, signal, and 0 line, all 3 together. So you can see where it's like this. If you shorten it, for example, I'll put it to 10. Sure, it follows the trend and the other lines a little closer. So then you can change the applied price if you want. And this period 2 multiplier, it's mainly for stochastics and MACD. What it does is it multiplies this period by 2, and that's what it's using as the other variable to generate the stochastics. One of the main things that I added in order to get all these indicators to work properly is I add a normalization period. So it goes back 200 candles, and you can change it. Like, for example, I'll set this to 50, and you can see how it changes. And all it does is it just finds the high and the low of, for this one, it'd be the RSI, and it uses that to generate, to normalize the price data as it comes in. The other thing is the minimum level. Okay, this is without the minimum line. You can see it's at 0 currently, and if I make it 10, see, it has to be above or below this minimum level in order to change the color of the bar. And the 10 value is this. If you look at this range over here, it's generally from negative 50 to positive 50. So a value of 10, you're like 1/5 of the range, of the upper range, for example. And then this is just one of the settings. You can see the setting. This is the Wilder's RSI, smoothing at 2, using the close. The width is 50. There's no minimum value. This is one of the trend direction indicators, and you can just see. Oops, you can just see what it does. Here we go. We got some back here. So these are entering it when this happens and this happens. So I would say it could be either a confirmation or an exit. It's, I think, generally used as an exit in the no-nonsense Forex trading system.